This is the most important factor for healing your gut. Nobody is talking about it. If you don't have this one thing, even if you have all the right answers for getting better, if you don't have this one thing part of your healing protocol, it's impossible to get better. My name's Mike, the Heal Your Gut Guy. I healed myself from Crohn's and colitis. I essentially had inflammation in my stomach, my small intestine, and my colon, and I had a perianal fistula and stuff like that. I don't have any symptoms. I eat whatever I want, and I've helped many people do this. And now I want you to think about when your gut issues, they first started. And at first you weren't motivated to do anything about it until the pain became intense enough. It was pain, it was the pain of your symptoms that drove you to take action. Now that action was probably not the best thing to do to help you heal your gut, because usually the first thing that we do is we go to our doctor, and let's be honest, they're not much help because they're not focusing on the root cause. But I see a lot of people, even though when they start to go down the German New Medicine route, and remember, German New Medicine is the discoveries of Dr. Hammer and the 5 biological laws. He could look at your brain CT scan and know exactly what health conditions you had. A lot of people, they get this information and they learn that it actually stems from a traumatic event. And dealing with that traumatic event and its PTSD triggers is the way to get better. What I do in my 13-day protocol is I'm helping you build awareness towards, if your conflict shock was you got into a car accident, while you were texting, then maybe every time you pick up your phone to text, you might have to go to the bathroom because it's a subconscious reminder of the time you got into a car accident. And now some people, they might describe, we need to get specific that it's the shocking moment that put your gut into overdrive. The shocking moment, not the conflict, but the shocking moment that birthed this conflict into your life, the initiation of the conflict. Now, it was when our car smashed into the other car. Every time I hear a loud bang, I might have to go to the bathroom. I was on my phone. Every time I'm on my phone, I might have to go to the bathroom. What were the elements? Now, every time you pick up your phone, you might be happy. You might be happy. Oh, wow, I get to text my best friend back. Why do I got to go to the bathroom? Bringing that to consciousness is the therapy. A lot of people say, I can't remember my trauma. Well, of course you can't. Usually your conscious mind was, it was very overwhelmed. So, a lot of what I do in my 13-day protocol is I'm doing exercises to poke the brain from this angle and from that angle to cough up this traumatic memory. We are literally nothing but a cluster of memories. Our brain is a tool, a survival tool. From my past memories, how do I best survive this world? We also have the past memories of our ancestors and of evolution and of all the other animals on this evolutionary path. It's just this collection. Think about it. I'm like the brain of a bird. I need a longer beak to reach down this tree to get this type of fruit. It's the brain. The brain is controlling the adaptation of the body. The traumatic event that put your gut into overdrive, I couldn't digest this thing. I wanted to get rid of crap, but I couldn't. It's an I want to say it's a crappy adaptation, but it is an adaptation ordered from the brain. And now this makes more sense from a survival perspective. When you go way back, back before even mammals, it makes more sense. If you ask me, it doesn't make much sense in mammals if in my perspective. But that's the most people say, "Oh, Mike, you never explain. You just explain the details." I'm telling you, sitting down with a piece of paper. I was listening to Joe Dispenza recently, and he was defining meditation. He's defining the word meditation, and it's to become familiar with. That's the definition he likes to do. And essentially what he has people do is, when he does these daily meditations, is, okay, I get angry a lot during the day. What's the stimulus that triggers that anger, and what was the traumatic event that created that behavior? A lot of his messaging is, what was the traumatic event that created this negative behavior you no longer need, and give you this negative outlook on life? There was a traumatic event that put your gut into overdrive, and the stimuluses from that traumatic event keep putting your gut in and out of overdrive. And they're subconscious. They're really subconscious. And most of us, live our lives in this subconscious. We do everything subconscious. 95% of the things we do on a day-to-day basis is subconscious. And so with the 13-day protocol, I'm helping you. It's like a guided 13-day meditation on how to pull up these traumatic memories and deactivate them so they don't keep putting your gut in and out of overdrive. Now, even if you know all of this, I'm getting to the one most important thing here. Even if you know all of this, you won't take action. Your brain, again, this is subconscious. Your brain literally won't take action unless it is motivated to. Why am I motivated to play World of Warcraft 8 hours a day, and which I consciously know is not productive to my life, versus making videos 8 hours a day? If I look at it from an evolutionary perspective, the first tribe that I belonged to was of my family and of my brothers. And essentially the hierarchy that we put ourselves into was honestly if you look at it from a tribal perspective, it's like, who's the best at hunting? And then they're gonna order themselves off a hierarchy there. Or who's the best at fighting? That's how males, that's how they create their pecking order. And that's very important, because the higher you are up in the pecking order, the more tribal resources get allocated to you. It's all about survival. So for me, why is it so subconsciously important for me to be really good at useless video games? It's because, at a young age, that was our avenue, that me and my brothers, that was our avenue for creating this social hierarchy, and it just got ingrained into my subconscious. So every time I see, my brother get a higher level than me, I'm not reeling in pain, I'm not angry at him, but it motivates me to take action to resolve this pain, this survival need. Now, when it comes to healing your gut, most of us only took action to heal our gut when we were in extreme pain. I didn't go to the doctor until I was in extreme gut pain. I didn't seek dietary advice until I had tried everything the doctor told me to, and then I was in extreme pain from a bill that I got. I got like a $4,000 or $5,000 bill, and my doctor wasn't helping me, the insurance company wasn't helping me, and the therapies just weren't helping at all. I was in pain, so I went to go seek, it motivated me to seek a different solution. Then when I did the dietary stuff, I had zero social life. I was in pain, but eventually, I just wanted to have a decent birthday and eat a birthday cake, and I did. And I was in extreme pain, and that eventually motivated me to find German New Medicine, which is the ultimate best solution. And, a lot of us are in extreme pain. We're stuck in bed all day. We can't eat our favorite foods. And the reason why a lot of us stay in that pain is because there's so many ways to numb and distract that pain nowadays with things like marijuana, painkillers, video games, Netflix. These are all great things for you to numb this pain so that we don't take action until we absolutely have to. So one of the things I'm going to start incorporating into my 13-day protocol is to build this burning subconscious desire to motivate you to be better, to motivate you to get better faster. And what I like to do it with is with like a vision board and a nightmare board. We both need pain. We need pain to move us, and then we need to show the pleasurable things where we want that pain to move us towards. So, for example, you could show somebody with, gut surgery and they have all the scars and stuff like that. And then the next slide is, somebody with a nice physique. That motivates you to, start doing this now so you don't end up like this, and to, so you want to look like this. Taking a picture of a gluten-free cookie, blah, and then taking a picture of like a French pastry croissant. I don't want this, but I want this. And, we need this on repetition. One of the cool things that I like to do is to buy like one of those cheap digital picture frames, and then just put it somewhere you always see, or, you have the background of your phone, and just have it be a slideshow of things you don't want and things you do want. And that will subconsciously motivate you to invest more time into digging up these traumatic memories so they don't keep putting your gut in and out of overdrive, so that you can live a normal life. You can have, and look, I know that might sound manipulative and whatnot, but here are your options. You can either let a real medical emergency that's going to cost thousands of dollars and be extremely painful to motivate you to take the right action. And even then, it might be too late because there's been too much damage. Or we can artificially create this pain and pleasure sequence to motivate us. And if those pictures aren't doing it, the media is doing it to you. Your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed or your TikTok feed is doing it to you. Hijack, instead of having your motivation drive manipulated by other people and companies, take an active role in, critiquing or altering, do your best to design your own motivational vehicle. It's amazing what humans can do when they're motivated. And a lot of that motivation gets killed today. When you have enough motivation, Netflix doesn't distract you anymore. Video games don't distract you anymore. So even with the distractions, if you engineer, if you pick pictures to put on this vision board and nightmare board, and then actually be exposed to it. Most people make these vision boards and then they hide them away in their closet. But if you have like, right now I have, my TV, it just runs this slideshow of, okay, things I want, things I don't want. The background of your phone, things I want, things I don't want. Your computer screen, when it's on a screensaver. The more you are exposed to this, the more your brain is going to want to subconsciously go towards these things. All right. This is what you need to do to get better from IBS, Crohn's, colitis, SIBO. You can do the boring diets, you can take all the expensive supplements, but I'm telling it stems from a traumatic event, and then it gets kept, your gut keeps getting put in and out of overdrive due to PTSD triggers that have not been deactivated. And how do you, oh Mike, but how do you deactivate them? Most of the time it's bringing them to consciousness. And I'm not the only one saying this. Like most mindfulness people, this is what they talk about. And like if you want a guided meditation on how to do this, that is my 13-day protocol. And I have like almost day 0 is like if you just go on my website and sign up for the webinar, that's like day 0. It's like the first day of this 13-day protocol to help get you started.